Welcome once again to M5's English language learning programme, Let's Speak English. I'm Gav Duncan and I'm here on your TV to help you learn English. Now, are you sitting comfortably? Yes? Good. And are you ready for today's lesson? Yes? Good. Okay, well let's learn English together. And good morning everyone. Hang on, that's not right, is it? No, it's not. It's not the morning, it's the afternoon, isn't it? Yes, of course it is. Magic. Well, thank God we got that sorted out. Phew. All righty, all tighty. We may be rough and tough, but we're more likely to be roughy and toughy. So here we are. And do you all remember the last thing I said to you yesterday? Yes, that's right. The last thing I said to you yesterday was bye. But think back a bit further than that. Think back to what I said about today. Any bells ringing? Yes, that's right. I said that today is Wednesday, and that's not very impressive. I know. We all know that today is Wednesday. You know that the day which follows Tuesday is Wednesday, just as you all know that the day which follows Wednesday is Thursday. Yes, so the day we find ourselves in now, the day which is sandwiched between Tuesday and Thursday, today is Wednesday. And that's only important for one reason. Yes, you all know what I'm talking about. The colossal problem we've got with Colossus. Yes, we're passing under him as we speak. And it's the usual situation. We don't know what he's got on. Is he wearing shorts? Does he have his pants on? Or, given that the weather is nice and warm, is he just wearing a loose toga? Well, I'm not sure, and I don't want a nasty surprise, so just to be on the safe side, let's keep our eyes trained on the horizon, scanning the horizon for better things to see. Like Friday, for example. It's out there, somewhere off in the distance. Anyway, that's not important right now. What is important is that it's Wednesday, so no looking up. Keep on staring into the future. Keep on scanning the horizon. Friday's out there, people. And Clive and Trudy haven't sent any sort of email regarding the telescope, so we'll just have to rely on the naked eye. Keep your eyes peeled. Keep your peepers trained on the future. And now, guess who's here? Yes, you know, don't you? Yes, here she is. Miss Fotherington Smythe. To those who don't know her. But to us, she's Enid. Enid, come on down. But make sure that Keith's on the lead, okay? Hello, people. Hello, it's me, Enid. Yes, I'm back. Back to assist. Back to help in any way that I can. Back with bells on. Returned back from where I was. Here, in person, with Keith by my side. Yes, as you can see, I've brought Keith. He loves to get out of the house. In fact, he doesn't like being on his own at home. I'm not sure why. I mean, I always leave the radio on. That way, Keith can always listen to someone talking, and that way he would feel like he's on his own. But surely that wouldn't work, would it? I mean, leaving the radio on is, well, it's not the same as someone talking to Keith, is it? Well, yes. That's what I figured out too. You see, I thought that Keith liked hearing voices from the radio, but I was wrong. I discovered that Keith doesn't like the people on the radio. How do you mean? How do you mean? How do you mean? Well, your last sentence was, well, a bit what? Spit it out, man! Well, all right. It was a bit cryptic. Cryptic? Cryptic, you say? You think that my sentence was cryptic in some way? You think that there's more to the sentence? You think my sentence is confusing, mysterious, perplexing, perhaps with a meaning which is obscure? Is that what you're suggesting? Is that what you're implying? Well, yes. The way you didn't finish the sentence, the way you left the end of the sentence hanging. It suggests that there's more to this than meets the eye. Yes, well, all right, Sherlock. Good Godfrey, what are you, Gav? Some sort of amateur detective? officer. You're right. There is more to the story. I just wanted to avoid telling you all the gory details. Oh, are there some gory details? Great! Oh dear, Gav, please don't be so macabre. Okay, sorry. Well, are you going to tell us the whole story or not? Well, all right, I suppose, if I must. Well, it's just that we're sitting on the edges of our seats now. Oh, all right. We're all ears. Oh, all right. I said I'd tell you, didn't I? Yes, but we're still waiting. Enough! Do you want to hear the whole story or not? Yes, that's what I've been trying to communicate. Yes! All right, then put a cork in it and turn your ears on. Wilco, skipper, have you quite finished? Yes? Yes? All right, in that case, I'll begin. Blimey, keep your hair on. I'm sorry, did you say something? No, not me, not a sausage. Good. Less cheek from chickens is what I always say. And now, where was I? Oh yes, the radio. Well, I thought that Keith would like to hear the voices on the radio. I thought that it'd be like having someone about the house, you know, so he wouldn't feel like he was on his own. Almost like having some company in the house. Do you see? I said, do you see? What? Oh, sorry. Were you expecting a response? Well, obviously, yes. I asked, do you see, didn't I? Well, yes, but I thought that was a rhetorical question, but obviously it wasn't. I can tell that from your reaction. Oh, good grief! Snails! Oh, forget it. Let's just get on with things, shall we? Fine. Yes, let's. You were telling us about leaving Keith at home with the radio on to keep him company. Yes, that's right. I thought that this would be a good idea. Keith would still be at home on his own, but there'd be conversation in the background. Something to make him think that there was some human company in the house. Do you see what I mean? Yes, I see. So you thought that when you leave the house, when you leave Keith on his own, he'd miss your company. He'd sit there lonely with no one to talk to, no one to keep him company. Is that it? Yes, that's it. That's it exactly. And I'm a Eh? You what? You did what? With whom? When? What are you on about? Oh, I'm sorry. Fruit of a classical education, my dear boy. It's a Latin phrase. It simply means that you have touched the matter with a needle. Oh, right. But why use the Latin when we're speaking English? Why not just say that I hit the nail on the head? Yes, I suppose you're right. Perhaps I was being a little bit, What? Pretentious? No, of course not. I'm not pretentious, am I? Well, you're using Latin phrases, aren't you? Doesn't that mean that you're trying to impress people? And isn't that a bit pretentious? Well, maybe you're right. Anyway, I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to be pretentious. I was just using a phrase I thought was appropriate. But no, you're right. There was no need to use a Latin phrase when we have a perfectly good English phrase. I'll try to bear that in mind in the future. All right, now, can we get back to the story? But of course. Where was I? You were telling us about leaving the radio on for Keith when you leave the house. Oh, yes. So, as you correctly summed up, I thought that it'd be a good idea to leave the radio on so that Keith wouldn't feel alone when I wasn't there, when I was absent. But something in your manner tells me that things didn't work out the way you would have liked them to. Sorry, force of habit. Yes, Gav, you're right. You're not wrong. Things definitely didn't work out the way I would have liked them to. Things didn't work out the way I expected them to at all. Well, do tell. I'm all ears. Well, I still haven't worked out what the problem was. Not exactly. I mean, the problem was definitely connected to my idea of leaving the radio on for Keith. That was the source of the trouble. That much is certain. How do you mean? Well, when I got back, well, at first I thought I'd become a victim. A victim? Of what? A victim of... A victim of burglary! Do try and keep up, Gav. Okay, but why did you think that you'd become a victim of burglary? Well, why do you think? Here, have a look at the scene I encountered when I returned home. Blimey. Yes, exactly. Blimey. That's what I thought. So, what did you do? Well, first of all, I checked to see if Keith was okay. And that's when I first started to feel that something wasn't right. How do you mean? Well, when I called Keith, he didn't come running to see me like he usually does. His manner was strange. Strange? How? He seemed to be reluctant to come to greet me. Reluctant? Yes, reluctant. He didn't want to come. He was unwilling. He was sheepish. Uh-huh. And that means... Yes! I realized then that I wasn't a victim of burglary. No! The answer was simpler than that. It was Keith. He'd had another of his... episodes. Yes. Episodes. That's one way of putting it. What do you mean? What are you implying? Come on, Enid. You're among friends here. We all know what Keith's like. We all remember what he did to Rupert. Yes, that was unfortunate, but what are you getting at? Enid, open your eyes. Keith has got serious psychological problems. He's a psychopath. He's a loony. He's a nutter. He's unbalanced. He's mad. He's insane. He's loopy. He's as nutty as a fruitcake. He's cuckoo. He's off his head. He's off his meds. He's not all there. He lives out where the bus doesn't run. His belt doesn't go through all the loops. He's a sandwich short of a picnic. He's a few pence short of a pound. He's as mad as a hatter. Well, maybe. And now he's wrecked your house. Do you need any more evidence? Keith took a dislike to the radio or the voice of the person speaking on the radio and went off his onion, didn't he? Yes, well, it certainly seems so. It does appear that something irritated him. The radio was smashed to pieces. The whole room was in ruins. Well, you saw the picture. You can imagine how I felt. Yes, I can. And what about Keith? Well, as I said, he was reluctant. He knew that he'd done something bad, so he was slow to come and greet me. He had his tail between his legs. Yes, but what are you going to do with him now? Do? What do you mean? Well, he needs help, doesn't he? It's obvious. No. He's fine. He's just very sensitive about some things. That's all. Enid, you're making a mistake. Keith needs help. Professional help. He can't control his temper. We've already seen what he did to Rupert, and now he destroyed your radio and half of your house. What? Because he's sensitive about some things. Get real. Wake up, Enid. Keith needs help. Well, maybe. I'll have to think about it, but now, well, I'd better be off. Keith needs his walk. You know how he gets. Well, you know how he gets excited when he doesn't get his exercise. Yes, I think we all know how Keith gets. Rupert certainly knows. Yes, you might be right. I'll have to think about what you've said. Right, off to the park. Time for Keith's walkies. Positive thinking, positive. Come along, Keith. Let's go and play. Go and play fetch. Toodaloo, pip, pip, chitty bye. See you anon. All right, and off she goes with a nutter on a lead. Honestly, I don't think she's taking this seriously enough. She's burying her head in the sand, pretending that there's nothing wrong. But, as we've seen and as we know, Keith's a nutter, and he needs help. And now, yes, the time has come for us to part. It's the end of the lesson, people, and that means that it's time for us to go our separate ways. I'm off home to get a coffee, and as for you lot, well, I don't know. There's the dog, the cat, and the parrot. And, well, you might also have some chores to finish. I don't know, you do. But what I do know is this. Whatever you're doing, or whatever you have to do, put some music on. That always makes things better. Music, people, music. All right, well, it's time for us to part. But don't worry, we'll see each other tomorrow. Same time, same place, but not today, tomorrow. See you all later. See you tomorrow. www.mediaclick.hu. Bye!